yeah. I unmuted myself early because it's weird 5 seconds of silence. Welcome, everybody, to the Athletic Fantasy Football Birdcast. Brandon Funston in the house.
What's up?
Jiggy in the house. Yeah, it's time for the playoffs. I assume everyone watching is in the same boat. We were up very late last night watching the end of that game, man. How about that?
Vegas was sweating it out.
And then poor Brian Flores.
Yeah, Black Monday. But Brandon Staley, man, what do you guys think? Like, I just think he blew it with that timeout. I think everything was trending towards they were just going to run it, and they called the timeout and they swapped team packages, personnel.
That was the catch for you.
Man.
Like the timeout was definitely questionable, but it wasn't the fourth down inside.
Oh well, that was Brandon Staley reminds me.
I love
of
Staley, but
the guy right out of college who thinks he knows it all, and he's like learned all these new things, and then but he hasn't, spent some time on the beat, and he's just. But
hey, look, Jiggles got the call there. Like it was not as bad as Joe Judge's QB sneak on 3rd and 9 inside their own 10.
No matter what happens, the Giants can always one-up a team. Is that what you're saying?
You were talking about playing Madden. That was like playing your 8-year-old nephew, and he didn't know what button he pressed.
Jake, I know you put up that poll. I would still take Adam Gase over Joe Judge at this point. As a fellow Giants fan.
Your answer is just get rid of everybody and just go pick up Flores.
I would love Brian Flores.
His next step is going to probably be amazing because he learned all his lessons. The biggest problem is the coaching staff situations that he did, but he's learned. And you can take it on the chin, first job, now move on and come on.
He was handed Chan Gailey, right? Was Chan Gailey pre-existing, or did he bring in Chan Gailey?
I think, but he had an input on that.
All right, enough of this. Well, that's probably a different show, right? Or are we the show that has to talk about it because we're the only show right now for the Athletic Fantasy?
No, you still have the other show.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about fantasy playoffs. This is interesting. Like I know I didn't send you guys a rundown because we're just going to go game by game, team by team, player by player, and talk this through. But I do want to, Brandon. Let me just start with you. I'm not a huge fantasy playoffs guy. I'll play like one or two if someone sends me a link. I know NFFC has a pretty serious one. People jump in DraftKings, FanDuel, all that. But what's your preferred fantasy playoff format? Game.
I was just telling Jake this. It used to be you would get 6 people in a league and you draft 2 team because there was 12 playoff teams. Now there's 14, so now you get 7. But you draft 2 team quarterbacks, you draft 2 team defenses. Yes, you even draft 2 team kickers, Jake, because you want to have people have a chance for as long as possible. But and then you go 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 2 flex. And it basically empties out all the relevant players in the playoffs. And the whole deal is it's a draft. You draft a player, you have them, nobody else does. And you're just trying to get as many points, but also get your players as many games as possible. So you're kind of balancing that idea of, do I want the guy that could go huge in round 1, but then he's out? He's like a decided underdog. Or do I want the guy that gets middling points, but could go all the way to the Super Bowl? But it's basically a draft. It's a draft, but it's very rigid in that you have to have a certain amount of people drafting, and there's not much flexibility in that.
Set it up. Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
It's awesome.
We get the 3 of us, DVR. Yeah,
nope.
Jake?
No. Jake. I don't play with kickers. No.
Oh, come on, man.
It's team kickers. It's not individual kickers.
I don't care what it is. I'm not playing.
Why don't you just get a lucky reader who can pick the kickers for you so that way you don't have to do it?
No.
Jiggy.
I'm sorry that you guys can't stand to your morals, but I do.
Some morals. Jake, what's your format then? Have you found a format that doesn't have kickers for the playoffs? Does that exist?
Yeah. Anytime you can create whatever the hell you wanted to create.
I
don't mind that.
Jump in the pools, man. You create your own thing.
The pools, you could do that. You could do DFS but you could have a DFS league where your continuing score rolls over like that. Through 4 weeks, highest defense or DFS score through all of it. You could do that. You could do the one where NFL.com has theirs, but they also do have kickers, is the one where you pick and then you roll over 2 times points if you have the same player, and then it's 4 times if it's so like basically.
Yeah, NFFC does that too.
Does it?
Yeah, so you get the wild card guy and you get bonuses every round basically if the wild card team advances.
Yeah, well, is it bonuses or two times? So the NFL one is
Well, 2 times points, which is a bonus, really like a bonus multiplier.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the second round is 2 times the points if they're still there, 3 times the points, and you can switch out if you lose a guy. But so it's that trying to find the balance of whether or not do I try to take somebody on a bye and sacrifice to get that double digit because I know they'll be playing in week 2, or do I try to find the team that I think is going all 4 weeks to the Super Bowl and that type of thing. So yeah, it could go either way.
I wish there was a way, like just a standard for this that was easy to understand. It might be a little more popular, but I don't know. Like now that you can bet basically everywhere, does it matter? Like, as part of the fun of this was trying to determine which wild card teams were going to make it through, but now you can just go to
Well, now also that whole carrying over like how many people are really going to take Titans players at this point? Because that's the thing is you
take Derrick Henry.
sacrifice. Is it worth it though? Because you're sacrificing one game. What if the Bengals upset them next?
Yeah,
like, or,
it's not like the Kansas City getting the bye.
Or two teams. There was a lot more of it might be worth taking the team on the bye, but now, I mean, honestly, I would say that if you're going to do the bonus one, I would expect that most people will have Buccaneers and Chiefs on their teams.
Yeah, I could see Patrick Mahomes being the most rostered quarterback, not Brady.
Probably.
Would you think it's Brady?
No, I would say it's Patrick Mahomes because then you're going to have the split of whether or not it's the Packers or Brady.
Because here's your pool of quarterbacks is Tannehill, Roethlisberger, Mahomes, Mac Jones, Josh Allen, Derek Carr, who, shined in the spotlight.
I think Josh Allen might be close, but the fact is they probably get the Chiefs in the second round unless... Is there any way that they can't play the Chiefs? There's no way they can't play the Chiefs.
I agree with Rex Ryan. I don't think anybody's afraid of the Chiefs anymore. To me, maybe they're chalk, but they're not that chalky.
They have the second best odds to win the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, because if the Patriots beat the Bills, the Patriots go to play Titans, and then the Chiefs would get Bengals or Raiders. So they get Bengals, Raiders, or Bills. So you can see why people still think the Chiefs would have a decent path to the Super Bowl.
I feel like the Chiefs have played now 36 games over the last 2
Kelsey's
seasons.
hurt again.
But I'm just saying, they play I feel almost like they're playing kind of possum. Like I had a theory about the Yankees used to do this when the Yankees were
coasting.
So awesome. Yeah, they're coasted a little bit during the season, and then okay, playoffs, let's go. Let's lock it in now. We messed up last year. Let's not screw around anymore. Let's go. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Except for when you watch those games and how they lose, and Mahomes is looking terrible, and he's looking visibly upset. It doesn't look like it's like a.
Right.
This is all part of the plan,
That's all part of the plan. So we got Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, and Matthew Stafford. Actually, let me just take you on an aside here. The San Francisco-Dallas game. So I had to write the blurb for the expert pick for our betting preview column. And I kind of landed on Dallas is going to win by 14. I was going to tease it up. I don't know, man. Dak Prescott could be the guy here. Maybe I might want to take that back. No, I guess you're right. Like Mahomes, they could definitely be. They're going to be the Steelers. Brady, they're going to be the Eagles. But Dak Prescott getting past the 49ers isn't such a sure thing, right?
I think
think so.
That's the most ripe for the upset of
the 49ers
is a visiting team coming in and winning. I think is the 49ers.
I don't think there's a chance.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are going to kill them.
Wow. I don't know.
But hey, this is why we play the game, right?
They've been a roller coaster ride the last 5-6 weeks. They've had some highs, but man, they've had some lows too. They're all over.
The 49ers or the Cowboys?
Cowboys.
The last 2 weeks have been kind of ridiculous. So,
well, what was it? It was 3 weeks ago that they had the other 50-point game, wasn't it? They had a lower one in between there. But, anyways, yeah.
Come on, straight wins, right?
They've had some very high highs of late, no doubt.
That's going to be interesting. Jake, when you put together your roster, what are you going to first? Are you saying I need to get myself Amari Cooper. I got to get myself, not Travis Kelce would have been a good example, but I guess not right now. Jamar Chase. How are you doing this? Are you looking at teams that are going to win and go a couple rounds, and then you're going to go there, or are you looking at individual players? I don't care. I'll take the 25-point game.
For which format? Because it depends.
That's why I hate this so much. Let's just say we're going to be playing the NFFC format where you get bonused into the next couple rounds. Let's say there's no swap outs. Let's say you're kind of locked in there because I think that's
you're locked.
I think that's
you're
still the
locked
most
in.
popular way. Yeah.
So you're locked in.
It's a draft and hold. You can't swap out players.
So
Maybe you can
wanna-
swap out one or two, but like that's just for the practice here. Let's just say you can't swap anybody out.
It's like it's trying to do like the water level thing. You can't do it just one thing because you can't take a little bit out and you got to keep balancing the whole way down. So you got to say in your mind like, okay, who do I think can make the run to the Super Bowl, and then what's the position scarcity? So that's you got to fold the two together. So what you say like the Kelsey would be a good example. Could be like, all right, am I 100% confident the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl? Then you're like, okay, Kelsey's probably the most valuable player. Period, because nobody comes close to him at tight end, and especially if he gets 4 games. Yeah, so that's how you have to play this. Then you can say, all right, well, if I think the Kelsey doesn't even make it past the next round, whether facing the Bills, then you're like, all right, well, that value goes out the window. So now what's left? Is it quarterback? Is it running back? And that's how you have to look at it. That's why you can't do one without the other.
Good non-answer, Jake. Funston, we had a question up from PodPro 2 DVR.
Good answer.
Something like there you go. PodPro 2 R DVR. With an extra R is for. Anyway, which teams you trying to stack if you're getting leverage and avoiding Bucks and Chiefs? And I mean, is stacking even a good idea here, where you could just get your team wiped out if someone loses, if they're upset?
Yeah, I'm not a heavy DFSer. I'm out in the state of Washington where I don't DFS at all. So, but I'm going to the Rams because I think the Rams could go to the Super Bowl. They're not in a first round bye. Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford and Sony Michel, like that. I think they're gonna. Arizona, I think is an easy bounce. I just don't think they're that great of a team right now. So I like the Rams getting past Arizona, no problem. And I think once you get the Rams, what did they? They've played. Who did they beat? They beat either Tampa or Green Bay already. So they've had a game. Have they played both of them? And I think both of them were good games. But like, I could see the Rams making it to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't mind having a stack of Michelle and Stafford and Cooper Kupp. I think
the Rams were 8.5 to 1 on Friday night. I don't know if that's moved, but I put $20 on them just because I was doing my research, and I'm like, Sony Michel's kind of transformed that team. I know he's been there all year, but like, who knew McVay wasn't doing coach speak when he's like, hey, yeah, Sony Michel, I saw him against us in the Super Bowl and he killed us, and we wanted more physicality. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Like Matthew Stafford starts struggling, and Michel emerges, and he kind of bounces them out. Sorry, Jake. Go.
Well, so they lost at Green Bay, which that's the problem is you have to go to Green Bay. They won at home to Tampa Bay, and it was I think.
But what was the Green Bay score? That was a close game, right? It was.
Both of them were. Yeah. It was 34-24, 10 points, and then they lost at Green Bay 36 to 28. So
was Von Miller good for anything? Was he COVIDed out or not traded there yet for those games?
I don't know. I don't have all that right off the top of my head. Sorry.
Come on, Jake. Every single at the computer screen. Just click on the box score.
Every single game box score. I'm not going to scroll down to the defensive part of it. Point being,
all right, I'll look it up, Jake.
His point being, like the Rams, like I said, they would have to head to Green Bay or Tampa Bay, no matter what, for the next round. Unless Tampa Bay loses, then they would have to head to Dallas. If Dallas, no wait.
So you're saying Josh Allen, Devin Singletary, Stephon Diggs? That's
Love
a good
that.
stack. Yeah.
I mean, if you for the answering the question, and you're going on either side, I think the Bills are the easy one. I think the Bills are the easy pivot away. Although I don't mind the Bengals. You're telling me that first of all, that's one of the matchups I think is going to be the easiest cakewalk of all of them. I think the Bengals are just going to roll over the Raiders. Like, good luck. I mean, the Raiders, you got into the playoffs, but I don't think anybody thinks the Raiders have a chance at this point. But if you can get past the Raiders and then you get the Chiefs, they would get the Titans.
So here's the small argument for the Raiders making it close. They're 5-3 on the road, and the Bengals were 5-4 at home. So they were actually Bengals were actually better. Small argument, minor. So there you go.
I got your Von Miller answer, Jakey.
I think Bengals, Bills to answer the person's question, and Rams, Cowboys would be the two teams.
It's DVR. Our producer. He put in a fake question.
Can I just answer the question?
Yeah, go ahead. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was letting you finish. Go.
I was done. I gave I gave the two teams on both sides.
Right. We'll say it again.
You're looking up your
Von
Miller.
Over you a little bit.
Your amazing Von Miller information that everybody's pins and needles waiting for. So I said Bengals, Bills, and Rams, Cowboys.
Nice. I like those. I can get behind all of them. Here's your Von Miller answer. Von Miller played against San Francisco, Baltimore, Minnesota, Seattle, Arizona, Jacksonville, Green Bay, and San Francisco again. He's got 5 sacks in his last 4 games. How about that, Jakey?
Wow.
The Rams are 5-3 with Von Miller. I mean, if you like that overtime loss to San Francisco yesterday is one of them. The Green Bay loss was 8 points. He played in that game. He had 5 tackles and 1 stiff, which I assume is just a stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, that was his second game with them. So I don't know. I mean, is that like a running back getting traded where you just jump in and start running and you're awesome, or is that like a wide receiver where it takes a little while to learn the game? You look at Von Miller's stats. To me, it looks like it takes a little while to learn the game, the schemes.
Yeah,
Or it just might not have been immediately play. I would wonder what the snap count was.
1 second, Jakey. Actually, that's going to take a little bit longer. I got to pull up Radar 360.
Well, why don't you have it ready? You were looking up the box scores.
I'm not. I looked at the game.
No,
Fine.
Von
I'll check
Miller
snap counts.
is giving you a hard time.
You guys talk about something else. I'll check out the stat. No, all right. Let me bring us to this. What? Go ahead, Jake.
Nothing.
Who are the top 3 running backs right now? Jake, you're putting out rankings tomorrow for the playoffs. Very popular column every year, by the way. Who are the top 3 running backs right now for the playoff
Jake,
fantasy?
Top 3 running backs.
Yeah, Jake, give this top 3.
Again,
I'll
depending
take a
on if we're
guess.
going with the NFC. Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, just anybody. I would assume Sony Michel's got to be in that top 3, right? With his latest emergence.
I think
No.
so. I'm looking. I don't know. I mean, Joe Mixon will have to be in there.
Joe Mixon, Derrick
Maybe.
Henry.
But Derrick Henry, we don't know what Derrick Henry's going to show up, right?
Derrick Henry.
Aaron Jones.
Derrick
Wait,
Henry.
I'm sorry. Najee Harris, Aaron Jones.
Najee,
No, Najee-
one and done.
No, because I say if we're going according to your format,
But you're putting Derrick Henry in there. They got to buy.
Ezekiel
I
Elliott.
don't care if they go. You got at least a game. If again the Titans are going to be favored. I said Cincinnati could upset them. I'm not taking Cincinnati to upset them.
I think
I would take-
Zeke's got to be top 4, maybe.
I would take Sony Michel over
Kenny
Zeke.
Pollard in that split.
Or Devin Singletary. Is Devin Singletary at the point of?
No, your answer should be Elijah Mitchell if you think San Francisco is getting over the Cowboys.
Well, I think it's possible. I certainly do. Yeah.
Because
But I'm not-
Elijah Mitchell, if you think the 49ers, and then they would get the they would definitively get the Packers unless somehow. Yeah, the Eagles beat the Bucks. The Eagles beat the Bucks and the 49ers beat the Cowboys. Then they can get there.
Jake, keep
I-
talking.
so-
I'm looking up Von Miller snap count. Seriously, you challenge me?
The problem, no, because this is
I'm not
this is how you
Beller.
have to parse.
I'm doing
You
this.
have to parse it down.
I'll take
this
this-
is how
I'll take us right
Joe
off the rails.
Mixon and Derrick Henry basically, if we're assuming what we were assuming, are going to play each other. So one of them is going to get knocked out.
By the way, that was a compliment that Beller's a professional, not that.
Not
wouldn't do this.
throw crap against the wall and see what
All right.
does it
So
fall.
okay, if you're playing a confidence pool on all these matchups, what are your guys' least confident game?
Oh, that's
Of
a good
all
one.
of them,
Yeah.
Patriots, Bills.
No, I think the Bills are going to crush them.
No,
I
I
think
think
Kansas City's going to win.
That's my second lowest one. I would say that I'm going to the San Francisco Dallas game as being my lowest confident one, but
I would say Arizona Rams.
Oh, not me. I just think the Ram. I think Arizona's kind of trash right now. To be honest with you.
I
They've
feel like the
already done it
Raiders
there
have a lot of
before.
momentum right now.
For 1 week.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, all it takes is 1 week. Like they
all that
won emotional
momentum they
game.
caught in overtime at the last minute.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs looked really good running the ball last night. I mean, Derek Carr's Derek Carr, but Darren Waller's healthy now, and they haven't had him for a while. These guys must love Rich Bisaccia. Like, if they got to make him their full-time coach, right? Like, you can't
Not necessarily.
not be like, you're our coach now, buddy.
I
All
think
right,
they're gonna
Nando,
try and
is
get
that
an
your
interview with Leftwich.
least confident game?
Well, for me, it actually is a San Francisco-Dallas,
Yeah.
which weirdly I'm so unconfident in it that I just assume that it's going to be a blowout one way or another. And that's how I landed on Dallas minus 14.
Ooh, you can get some good odds playing that one up to minus 14.
I was looking for it last night. They're not up yet, but I'm going to get there.
What's your most confident? Like, who's the most guaranteed? Kansas City?
I think Kansas City for me.
Gotta be.
Maybe Buffalo.
Which is Jake's least confident. So
I kind of think the Eagles could mess up a
We're
lazy.
just tossing away New England. Like, no. 100%.
You like New England?
No, what's the spread? I'll tell you how much I like New England.
Jake, I'm still looking up Von Miller. I'm trying to figure out how this radar 360 thing works for defensive players. Just give me a second, man.
Are you trying to look up snaps?
I'm looking up defensive snaps.
Well, you
But
can
it's-
go to
Oh, here we go. All right, week 4. Let's
PFF
see.
for that. Really
No, by week.
Looks like
though.
hosting a
bring it up
show.
in 2
DVR's
seconds.
just going to check out over there.
When was he traded? I think DVR checked out a long time ago. Let's see. He played 33 snaps in week 7, 45 in week 8, 47 in week 10, 48 in week 12. So if he was traded before week 7, then he played 33, 45, and then got up to 60 by week 9.
So there's the snaps, like I said. All that.
You're all very welcome. Yeah, Jake. All right, so you were right, and that's what a good host does. Makes Jakey look good.
Well, Dallas's line is -3, by the way.
Yeah.
You're going to go all the way up to 14?
You know what? This just seems like I don't think this is going to be a close game. I understand it's a close matchup, but if Jimmy Garoppolo throws a couple interceptions, and on the other side you got the guy who set an NFL record for interceptions, I mean that's Jimmy Garoppolo's poison, man. That's his kryptonite, is throwing interceptions. He's got like 6 in the last week or something, or not the last.
Then you
week.
shouldn't. I mean,
The
honestly,
last
then
5
you shouldn't.
games.
You shouldn't only take the 14 then. You should also, if you're going to say that, because Vegas has got the game at 49.5, you should also take the Cowboys to smash their over then.
Maybe I will.
I'm looking
Thanks,
at
Jake.
Like, don't even make. I was just saying, like, don't even make the parlay that much bigger. But I mean, you got it. That has to go hand in hand. If you're going to go -14, you have to smash the over on Cowboys.
Well, I don't know if I want to do that. Because I'm not a strong believer this is going to happen. This is more of like a $10 whim with crazy
Yeah, but you're
odds.
losing the 14. What I'm saying is you're losing the 14. Like you're saying it's not strong. I'm saying
Yeah.
it goes lock and step. If your 14 hits, they're going to hit their over. That's my point.
28 to 3.
They're not winning this game 20-0.
You don't know that, Jake. No, they're not. I know you're right. You're right. But all right, you're probably right. I'll probably do it. I just kind of enjoy the.
You don't have
innocence
to
of just
tease
putting
up their
$10
over.
on that.
I'm just saying, just throw the over. You're going to get the increased odds anyway. So
All right, I'll
just
do it for you.
Take
You
their
gonna
over.
come with me, Jake?
No, because I actually cashed out a couple weeks ago.
Come on, Jake. It's the playoffs. It's fun.
Put more money in it.
It makes the watching experience so much better.
Sure. Are we going to go back to
Sup?
the other stuff now?
All right, let's go back to the other stuff now. So, Jake, top 5, go. Running backs.
Top 5 what? You said top 3, and we couldn't even get top 3 because it depends.
Well, no, it seems like you've got a pretty strong conviction of who your top 5 are already. So I just give us a preview before. we
No,
jump into
because
that
I mean, if
column.
we're just doing pure running backs in their own stance, I mean that's a completely different thing. It's like Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean Najee Harris, but Najee Harris would be a 1 game. Sony Michel. I mean, there's 6 right there. But now you're talking about those are just pure. These are the best running backs in the draft, or in the draft in the playoffs. Now it's how far do you think they're going to advance?
right.
Like if you think the Packers are going to the Super Bowl even with the 1 lost game, Aaron Jones is better than Sony Michel.
Are you going to set up your column like that? Like, hey, it's up to you to figure out how far these guys are going to advance. I'm going to rank them for you, but I'm not going to factor in how far I think they're going to advance. So the
No, I'm gonna do the
the
same thing I did
rawness of
last
it is
year,
still there.
which
All
is
right.
Which is
both. Which is you get here's the pure rankings, like if we were doing ranking the playoffs as pure talent. So basically 1 week for the entire playoffs.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
And then the second part is here are my predictions. This is what I think, and this is how it affects my rankings. If they're correct, if they're wrong, go make your own.
I like it. Brandon, you ranked this year. Do you have any weird running back you like in these playoffs who you're going to bump up a little bit for some of these playoff challenges?
Well, the only running back that Jake didn't mention, he might just is Singletary. Singletary's been
Devin Singletary.
yeah, he's been awesome in the last month or so, and they went to kind of a one back system. It was we hated it. They didn't run a whole lot, and then when they did, they were splitting it all season long, and then all last year, and then suddenly they said, you know what, Devin Singletary's our guy, and they've given him the workloads, goal line carries. He's catching passes. So, yeah, Devin Singletary. If you like the Bills, and you're thinking about stack, I mean, Devin Singletary's your guy.
The flip side of that is Damian Harris, who, kind of the carries and the yardage has been kind of like whatever, but he scored crap load of touchdowns, especially recently. So I guess it depends on how you feel about that game, because you could almost make the same argument for Damian Harris. I know Stevenson's kind of come back and come on a little bit, but Harris is
Damian
still
Harris
scoring
also
touchdowns.
keeps getting banged up.
Damian
Yeah,
Harris will
that's
score a
also a
touchdown in every playoff game he plays. That's just what you have to assume. The guy's he's a touchdown machine, but is he going to get one game and one touchdown? I mean, it's possible.
In his
Is he
last
gonna get
5
one
games,
series
he
and get
has
hurt.
he's got 8 touchdowns in his last 5 games.
Yeah,
6
that's
in his
great. He
last
also
3.
left the game. I mean, he came back, but he left. That's why. It's not nothing against Damian Harris. Everybody knows I love Damian Harris. That was one of the best calls for the season, Damian Harris. But it's every single game he's getting banged up.
Go ahead, Jake. Take a victory lap.
No.
Are you done? Let us know when you're done.
That was quick.
All right, let's move to wide receivers then. Right? I mean, that's stick around for Jake's rankings. Those will be paywalled. We're not going to let him go free like we did those Week 18 rankings. To be generous in the holiday spirit.
Are we gonna do a mini draft?
Do you want it?
Yeah. Good. We can,
All right, sure.
Let's draft 2 apiece.
What are the rules? Double points when you advance?
The NFC one.
All right. Yeah, sure. Let's let Funston go for it. We'll go Funston, Jake, me, Jake,
nice.
Funston.
Are you gonna try and keep track of it somewhere?
Okay, hold on. Actually, I got a whiteboard right behind me. Here we go. Give me 1 second.
I was gonna say open up a Google Doc, but I guess
No, Jake, come on. We're old school. If you're going to make me do a video show, I'm going to use this stupid whiteboard behind me.
that nobody can say except for you.
I'll turn it. You just keep talking, Jake. Talk about Von Miller a little more.
Let's see here. Hold on. See if we can see this.
Now we're pulling up. Oh my God, this is so off the rails.
Funston,
This is why.
Jake, Nando.
See that? Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I think it's very small. I don't know if you're gonna get everybody's picks in on that one.
I can't see it. My pick
We
is
got
Cooper Kupp.
Funston and Ja.
I'm taking
There you
Cooper
go.
Kupp.
There you go. Well, hold on. Let me just get these over. Is this PPR? What's the scoring?
Half. Why do we always have that conversation?
I don't think
Default.
NFC is half, Jake.
Then they're
By the
wrong.
way, the
Half.
industry should just default to half PPR everywhere. That
Wait.
should be a thing now. We gotta bring everybody into lockstep on that.
So
All right, Cooper
you
Kupp,
think
the
the
first
Rams are
pick.
going all the way?
Yeah, I'm thinking they'll go at least 2 games. Might be enough for me.
Okay.
And feel happy about
can't-
Cooper Kupp.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this a little closer for everybody.
Everybody who's listening that didn't get to see the video,
Yeah, there's a whiteboard behind me.
this is what the clanking and the banging and the. This
Don't
is
worry,
what you
Jake.
miss
I'll
out.
log it, edit it out. There you go. Look
Just
at
go
that.
watch
Okay.
the. Don't even listen to the podcast. Just go watch the replay on YouTube in 1.5 speed. There you
No,
go.
don't worry about it. Jake, go ahead. It's your pick.
Kelsey.
You just told us he was hurt.
I thought we were doing a wide receiver draft. We're doing a full draft. We're doing a anything goes draft.
I
We
thought
just
that's
said
how
2 apiece.
That's how I understood it. Yeah, you actually made up the rules.
Yeah, you legitimately said 2 apiece.
You can't. Would you like to change your pick, sir?
two apiece. I thought we were drafting just wide receivers because it was like, okay, let's talk wide receivers. Oh, let's have a draft. So I thought we were just drafting wide receivers. But you know
Do
what?
you want Kelsey?
I
No,
didn't really
I
flinch
want
at
Cup. Luckily, I picked the
Okay.
guy that would take first no matter what.
Okay, well, yes, it's stop
So
complaining.
running backs are in play too.
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
the main 4 positions. That's it.
Okay.
Nando, you go.
Jake, who's your number 1 running back again?
We didn't decide. That's up to you to pick.
All right. I think I'm going to go Aaron Jones. I like him. Yeah, all right. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go Aaron Jones.
I'm just laughing at DVR's thoughts. That's all.
I can't read them because I'm paying attention to this. Why
Oh,
don't
is
you
it
read
too
them out
late
loud,
for him to
Jake,
go to
for the
law school?
podcast listeners?
Is it too late for DVR to go to law school?
I ask myself the same question, but with medical school every day. Every day I wake up.
So Aaron Jones and
Oh, man. Here's the thing. I don't think there are a lot. We just talked about top 5. So if everyone's picking 2, someone's going to get screwed. I don't know. Here's my brain. Is it Elijah Mitchell or is it Devin Singletary right now? Because I'm thinking
Oh,
who's
you're
going
just
to
going-
advance.
Look at you, total control running back here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Devin Singletary and ride the Bills all the way to the Super Bowl. Sorry, I got a fine point marker if it's tough for everybody to see. My bad.
it is. It is quite.
All right, Jake, you're up.
Difficult to
Stop
say.
stalling.
I hate you so much.
Aaron Jones, Devin Singletary off the board.
They are off the board. So
Well, technically,
then-
actually, they're on the board. Huh?
thanks.
All right.
So, yeah.
Jake, talk us through your thought process too, man. Don't just say a name.
I was about to. How many times you want to let me? Can I start? You want to take a pause there?
Can I finish?
So, can I go all in on the Chiefs at this point? Because obviously now I have to. I did want to talk this strategy out for everybody out there. This is one of those ones. If you keep your team, there is no strategy, in my opinion, in taking any Bills at this point, because you just hamstrung your team from basically you're eliminating players from one game. Like if I cook Kelsey and you didn't take Singletary, it still doesn't make sense because now I've guaranteed one of them getting knocked out the next round. So. But now I'm fading Bills.
But you're also covering yourself too if one of them.
Yeah, but you're limiting you're limiting your upside. I know Funston earlier said that like I don't really look for the stacks like DFS, but when I'm going for this, the way that you win all of it is there is luck. You have to get your picks right. Like you don't win by having, a balanced team through unless you can replace. So I'm going for you said they don't replace and they get bonus. So that's what I'm going for. So that's why I would go for the stack. But I'm not going to stay on this side. I'm going to go for the other side. And I'm going to go for the other side and take Devontae Adams, who I think is going to match in the Super Bowl. So I'm taking the second best wide receiver, and I do think that the Packers go.
So here's the other part to this. If we were really drafting and you have your player for as long as they're alive and then you lose them and you can't replace, then every pick we just made so far in a real draft would probably be a quarterback because – while in the regular season, there's enough options and there's not enough, we say there's enough players out there at quarterback that you can get close to production similarly from other quarterbacks. But when you're talking about a small amount of quarterbacks and a small amount of games, like the fact that quarterbacks score more on a consistent basis than the running backs and the wide receivers make the quarterbacks the best value. So typically when
I get your point, but I think we've mentioned already like 5 different teams that we think could be in the Super Bowl. So I think
yeah,
that's
but we
why.
really think that it's Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes and probably Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers with maybe Matt Stafford. Like that's what we
Stafford.
really. Yeah,
So
that's what
you
we
just-
really.
That's the thing. It's like I still have Dak. I still have Dak as an option too. Like I know you're poo-pooing.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
on
I'm just saying, like I
the
don't
Cowboys.
think in my wife's.
So you're going quarterback here, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but which quarterback is he going to? Because Jake, that's going to force your stack decision. Actually,
If
Right.
it kept going, like if I would suddenly pivot now and say, you know what, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. Like if I was continuing on, I would just all of a sudden be like, okay, I'm going to take who I think's the best quarterback, and I might as well grab, like the top wide receiver there as well.
Okay.
wait, aren't we continuing on though?
Yes. So
Oh,
he's
we're
taking Mahomes and Hill.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
why you keep trying to stop this.
What?
draft.
What? Yeah. What? Buzz is like, let's do this draft
doing-
two apiece. Now let's stop.
Okay, I thought we were just doing like 2 players. Let's do it. Okay, Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. So I got both. I got feeling pretty good about that. I got
Do you
two
need a
pretty good
coffee?
receivers.
Those are pretty stud receivers.
Okay.
All right, Jakey. So I guess this forces your hand on Aaron Rodgers then.
I was gonna say then taking Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
There you
I'm
go.
going to go with definitely CeeDee Lamb because
So now Dak.
I like Dallas, and I think I'm going to go Dak and stack him. Stack him. And now that's with me
Dak
hoping.
attack.
I'm thinking maybe Gronk comes back, and if he doesn't, maybe I'll go Schultz. But let's wait and see what you two do. All right, Jake. So far, you got Kelsey, Adams, and Rodgers. This is your 4th
Yeah.
pick. Half-point PPR.
Well, so now as much as I just said that before, for everything I was talking about, like the Kelsey, just have to throw out the window, just because it's either Kelsey or not. It survived by him taking Mahomes and Hill, so I'll take Josh Allen.
Oh, Jakey. You know what's
Well,
crazy?
no,
Like,
because it
Jamar
offsets,
Chase
because-
is still out
yeah.
there. Like, there's a lot
Because
of
now
good
it offsets
talent
now.
out
I know
Elijah
this is how it comes,
Mitchell,
but this is
Jamar
how
Chase.
yeah. But you're thinking like a draft and hold type of. This is what you have to factor in.
there. Right. All right, Funston, you're up for 2. You got Cooper Kupp, Patrick Mahomes, and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and I'm going to alter mine a little bit as well. And even though I have Cooper Kupp, I have like the dominant force in the Rams. If the Rams go, like Cooper Kupp is just a predictable point machine. But I like the fact that Tom Brady and Gronk, who I think could battle with Kelsey now that it's him and Mike Evans pretty much in that passing game. I think he could battle with Kelsey as the top tight end in this fantasy playoff. So give me Brady and give me Gronk.
Wow. So you got Brady and Mahomes. Wait, are we playing this as a 2-quarterback league, or are you just like having this?
That's what we're doing. That's my setup.
You don't even know what we're doing. You tried to make up the rules and don't even know what we're doing.
We said 2 apiece, right? Like it's 2 quarterbacks. 2
We
running
thought
backs.
so, and then you were like, "All right, we're done." Only
you
wide
changed it
receivers.
on us.
So she changed it like 3 times.
It's super flex, Nando.
All right. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair. All right, Jakey. Go ahead.
Diggs.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Stephen Diggs. All right. So I'm gonna go double stack with Burrow and Chase and see how that looks when the dust settles. So right now I got Aaron Jones, Devin Singletary, CeeDee Lamb, Dak, Burrow, and Chase.
Okay.
I kind of like that. It's weird, but I like the teams they play for.
I have Kelsey, Adams, Starburst, and I can't see the rest.
What do you mean, Rodgers? Oh.
No, the giant glare that we. There you go.
There you go.
Okay,
Jake.
so Adam Rogers, Alan Diggs, and Kelsey. Okay, so I need a running back.
You do.
So, all right, let's see. Well, now you push me towards the Bills, but I can't go with Bills obviously because he took Singletary already, or you took Singletary.
Singletary was my second-round draft pick, Jake.
Yeah, so you took Aaron Rodgers, so you kind of like skewed me away from that. So now I gotta.
No, you have Aaron Rodgers.
No, I meant to say Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah.
So how I would play this is that I hope that Funston goes belly up with his Buccaneers, and I'll take Ezekiel Elliott and hope that the Cowboys run through.
All right, so
Interesting.
give me the second round of the playoffs. If the Chiefs and the Bills win, who are they?
Yeah, there are no 49ers. No 49ers.
If the Bills and Chiefs win, they are 1,000% playing each other. They're the 2 and 3 seed.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then, since he plays Tennessee,
Yes.
okay.
The Raiders play Tennessee. The Patriots would play Tennessee. The Steelers would play Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to. You know what? I'll take Joe Mixon. Just and
The Bengals would head to Kansas City if the Patriots beat the Bills.
and I might as well just keep in on the Bucs. Give me Mike Evans.
All right,
Wait.
Jake.
Oh, I can't. I already have 2 wide receivers. So
Oh,
I
we'll
need-
allow it since we don't really have any rules here.
Well, I thought we
yeah.
were going to go. I need
You
a
have
second
two?
running back.
Two?
I have to get a second running back.
Okay.
So I'll just keep on with the Rams. So I'm Rams, Bucks, and Chiefs. Give me Sonny Michel.
Nice.
Mixon and Michel. There we go. Championship.
There you go, Jakey.
Wait, so we're just doing 2 positions of each, the end?
I don't
So
know.
you only
man.
have 1 pick left?
This is why we need DVR to have a microphone on the show.
I think
so
so.
that
I think so.
see
We
what-
could riff on it afterwards.
So you have 1 tight end to go?
I have to get 2 tight ends.
Oh, I have to get another. tight
Brandon
end,
needs
don't I?
1 tight end. Jake, you need.
Then why
A
don't we
tight
just make
end.
it? Why don't we
Yeah.
make it 1 tight end and a flex?
No,
Let's
we're not going to bend this to Jake's.
Because
win.
there's a ton of things out there. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
There's a ton
That's
of
why
names.
we'll recap after the draft. Like, how
Okay.
how do we not take Debo Samuel?
So,
Well,
all right,
maybe.
because if he doesn't make it past the first round, so
Well, you can do that, Nando. You're guaranteed 2 games out of CeeDee Lamb or Debo Samuel.
I don't have a
Well, I
second running
can't.
back, right?
I can only take 2 tight ends according to these rules that we
Yeah.
fashioned. Yeah.
I don't have a second running back, correct?
You've got. I should have put their positions. I'm sorry, I don't have multicolored markers, Jakey. You have Zeke.
So, all right, Derrick Henry.
Oh, Jake, that's ballsy, man. Next week, our entire show is going to be about Dante Foreman. We're just going to break him down for 45 minutes. All right, so I got to take 2 tight ends, right? 1, 2,
If you don't
3,
have
4,
any
5,
yet,
6.
yeah.
Man, that's. Oh, all right. We'll take Kittle and see what happens there.
Well,
And
why don't
then
you just
I'll
stay in
take-
the same game?
I'm going to take Dalton Schultz.
All right, there you go.
Oh wait, or am I? Or is Jake trying to get inside my head? Hold on 1 second. Do I maybe want
No.
Darren Waller? Do I maybe want Zach Ertz? Zach Ertz could be.
No,
an
you want the
interesting
same game at this point.
one. Do I, Jake?
Yeah, because you're already in on the
Those are-
Cowboys,
yeah,
and you guarantee.
Yeah, and watch the Cowboys lose in the first round. Gone.
I mean,
And then
just, but that's why. This is why when it's a draft that you're going for that. This is why when you're playing this kind of format, this is why you go with kind of a stack situation because.
But I'm
you know,
already
if you-
stacking Lamb and Dak. Why am I like?
No,
triple
because
stacking?
here's why. Like you take Waller. Let's
Yeah.
say they lose as expected. Okay, you
Yeah.
got 1 game from Waller. You're still gone. Like, even if he plays 2 games and somehow you still got 2 games of Waller, then you still have no tight end for the championship and the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
I'll have Kittle.
No, because Kittle. loses as expected. Either way, like Kittle's not making the championship
right.
game.
Schultz. All right, so
I'm saying, like, you're out either way. I'm trying to break down the thought process of stacking and why it doesn't matter to try and find balance and be like, woo, I got one extra game, because one extra game is not going to win your league, especially when we're talking about this format. So to go back to this, because of this, is I am in on the Packers and Bills mostly. I'll put Dawson Knox in there as my second tight end.
All right.
Yeah, and since I'm in on KC, the Rams, and the Bucks, but Jake's got Kelsey, I guess I'll take Tyler Higbee.
All right. There we
See,
go.
where you could go with your thought process, Nando, is like for mine, as much as I spelled out the whole thing with Kelsey, not wanting to do that, now I have my tight end at least in the championship game over there.
Knox.
And Kelsey.
In the AFC championship.
Because they don't even play each other in the first round.
Yeah, so if New England wins and Pittsburgh pulls off an upset, you're screwed.
That's it. I'm also in Vegas, like trying to like figure out what the hell went wrong, because that's not happening.
Chalk would be Jeff Swaim and Travis Kelsey in the championship game. So
let's there's so many good players left. I'm going to allow a bonus round of any player you want, not a quarterback. Funson, you go first. Yeah, just pick your bonus player.
Let's see. My bonus player will be, I just love Debo. Why not? San Francisco shocks the world. I'll be ready for it.
All right, Debo Samuel's still out there. Elijah Mitchell's still out there. Jake, help me out here. Nick Westbrook-Akini's still out there. Najee Harris still out there.
AJ Brown.
No.
AJ Brown still out there.
That's where I was going. I was going AJ Brown.
AJ Brown? All right. AJ Brown's still out there. Let me think, man. I got to find out. Yeah, there's so much drama here now. What do we do? Not Damian Harris.
You go Amari.
You just talked him up for an hour.
Yeah, because I mean, like they're the Patriots. They might do something weird. I don't want to be so touchdown dependent here with my bonus player.
Did anybody draft Zeke? Did anybody take Zeke?
Yeah, Jake
took Zeke
over here.
Back when you were still trying to change the rules for the third time.
But Jake, you would take him over Elijah Mitchell?
Who?
Damian Harris?
I don't think the 49ers have a shot in hell of winning. And I could be 100% wrong. I have already admitted that. But I don't think there's a chance the 49ers win this game, so no.
What about Darrell Williams?
We didn't touch any Eagles either.
Edwards-Helaire could be back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it complicates things, although he was better.
I'm kind of looking down the rest of the... I'm looking at the list. Yeah,
Keyshawn
the Eagles?
Vaughn?
Who do you want? No, the Le'Veon Bell came in and got the touchdown.
Yeah, maybe
Keyshawn Vaughn wasn't even that good as a running. Would you get the hell off Keyshawn Vaughn?
I'm just looking at
he averaged like 3. He was Rex Burkhead out there.
I'm looking at
the
chalky running backs.
Yeah, if Josh Jacobs, if the Raiders upset the Bengals and then upset the Titans.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll take Darren Waller.
Put it this way. Look,
I think you should take Elijah Mitchell. You were on the right
The Raiders,
yeah,
even if they somehow win, even if somehow the Raiders win, they're headed to Tennessee or Kansas City. They're not winning those games.
You don't know that, Jake. That's what they said about Tampa Bay last year. I'm taking Elijah Mitchell.
There we go.
That's a smart move.
We have to write out his entire name.
Yeah, that was the last one. And I wanted to go all lowercase. All right,
I
so
love
here we go.
Elijah Mitchell. You know that.
Do you?
I had a fun phone call yesterday from one of my closest buddies. Called me up and said, "You were right." And I said, "About what?" Because there's so many things. He goes, "I finally admit how right you are about Elijah Mitchell." And if Funston remembers, on this very show, called the Jacksonville Jaguars upset.
Who did?
Did you straight up call it? I don't remember that. I remember.
Maybe it was on the other show.
The possibility of it.
I don't know.
Was it on my other show? I just said it might have been on my other show. Sorry, I was.
Stepmom Lauren.
No.
Do you like her better than us?
Oh, 1,000%, because she doesn't interrupt me 100 times.
Maybe she's afraid of you. These teams are interesting. So here's a quick recap. Funston got Kupp, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady. Let's have DVR tell us in the private chat who he likes the best. And then we'll wrap it up.
You could just put it. You could put it on the screen as he's put everything else. Why would he wait to put this on the chat?
Because it's a podcast, man.
Why? He's carrying it like it's his phone.
Zoom into it.
Here we go.
This is
All
what
right, so
people are going to be like,
Funston-
I'm never tuning in again.
Or maybe they'll just want to tune all the time for tomfoolery like this.
Look at you only need two friends.
Ah!
No.
This is the longest we've gone, Brandon, with a second look it.
With a what? Oh,
Funston's catchphrase. Look
are you
it.
making fun of his crutches? That's messed up. Jake.
No, it's his catchphrase. Everybody actually enjoys it. They've mentioned it before.
Cup, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady, Gronk, Mixon, Sony Michel, Tyler Higbee, Debo Samuel's the bonus play.
Strong.
Jakey,
Strong.
Kelsey, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Zeke, Derrick Henry, Knox, AJ Brown, Nando, Aaron Jones, Devin Singletary, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, George Kittle, Dalton Schultz, Elijah Mitchell. That's a bulletproof team with no weaknesses.
No,
Should I be calling you Nando this whole time?
No,
I'm
I
calling-
that's not. I was
Can we
mocking.
pause for 1 second? And
Yeah.
while DVR is trying to figure out who he likes the best, as you mentioned, let's just, as a sidebar, no Damian Harris, no Darren Waller, no Kyler Murray, no Chase Edmonds or Connor. That team didn't even, no Najee Harris, no Deontay Johnson.
I got them at 40-1. I bought it when JJ Watt's coming back.
No
Let's take
Joe
a look at his
Burrow.
snaps.
No Joe Burrow. No T.
No
Higgins.
Joe
or
Burrow. Yeah, no T. Higgins. We only got Jamar Chase.
and Mixon. That's the only two Bengals. Not a lot of Bengals love.
Well, I thought you were going to go in on the Bengals. I had to pivot. I went with the Titans. Slight edge, Brandon.
Oh. Who's your
Slight,
second?
oh yeah, I'll take
Slight
that.
edge over who?
Slight
Let's
edge
remember, this is
over who?
DVR. He's a baseball guy, so let's not really put a lot on his opinion. Let us know. Let us know what you think. Hit us up on Twitter.
He's
At
only
Derek
80%
Van
into his
Riper.
rankings.
Yeah, right. And it's 80% for a while. At Brandon
That was-
Funson, at All
That
In
was-
Kid.
yeah.
I know, Jake. I know what you're going for. All right. Well, I'm sure this is very helpful to people. Jake's rankings are going to be up tomorrow, Tuesday. Tuesday. They're good. I mean, like, look, I'll just tell you from looking at it on the back end, a lot of people read it. A lot of people actually become subscribers to The Athletic because of those rankings. So
Because nobody does it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, you're filling a niche, but every year, like, consistently, it's, very popular. So it's good stuff too. Salfino, I think, is going to be doing something too, more strategy wise. But we'll see. He wrote something a few years ago about the best format. Maybe we can pop that back up again. I'll try and find it. Anyway, we hope you all had a good time. We hope this was somewhat helpful. I'll leave up on the board, I guess, maybe through the playoffs, unless we do something else with the whiteboard in the next couple of weeks.
Start
Same bad
crossing
time.
people off.
Yeah,
as they
right?
go- as they go down.
Out. Same bat channel. All right. We love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye.